Hello, guys. It's been a minute. In terms of this channel, it really has been a minute. But oh shit, I gotta lower the fucking sound a bit, so because obviously my voice is more important. So yeah, it's been a minute. I guess I just want to properly talk about like I don't know the state of my mindset, just shit like that. Like obviously I completely forgot about this fucking channel. Like, genuinely, I just completely just, you know what I mean? I'm sort of just doing this as I go, so I apologize if it's a bit, okay, well, hopefully I don't have to do that much editing anyway, but, yeah, this is a kind of a live thing. I'm just passively working on my world, and the new, Legacy Edition version for PC, like, it's really good. I'm so fucking excited to see, like, where this goes. I really am, but that's not why I'm talking today. I get, I guess I gotta go back to like Christmas of last year, where I had a partner and she just, well, I guess the easiest way to put it is like she freaked out over me looking at her fucking Discord fucking status. Like, because her brother was playing something, and I was like, yo, I was using it as a conversation starter. This is someone of 6 months, by the way. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't think I warranted, like, the ghosting or anything, but apparently I did. I don't know what I did, but, it's around that time where, like, I was having, like, a lot of thoughts about, like, the purpose of, like, a lot of things. So, like, I don't know, what the fuck am I actually doing? I spend, like, time dicking around with things, like, just burying my head in the sand. Is while I watch, like, I watch fucking, people around me, they have, like, fucking full-on, like, careers or, like, deep in education, like, shit like that, man. And it's like, yo, why haven't I applied you could argue that, yeah, I haven't really applied myself too much for that. I could chalk that down to, like, a lot of worry, like, about, I want to say the surveillance state. Like, I'm really worried about that sort of shit, and, like, I could somewhat live like this if things were going, like, well. Like, if it was sustainable. And I mean, it is for the minute, but there's no telling, like, how much longer sustainable it can be. But, it's... Unfortunately, like, it can only be, like, so sustainable, right? And, obviously, it's not good for my mental that I don't have anything going on for me. So, I just endeavor to, like, try and do something about that while applying, like, the talents I already have, which is, like, well, I'd say my personality can be, like, quite, quite massive at times. I think it's, quite larger than life at times, and I can be, like, proud of that, like, quite often, usually. And I think there was a time where people didn't really mind me. Well, I feel like people were liking me more than they did, like, than they do now, per se. Because, I'm gonna be real, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong, but I'm clearly doing something wrong to people, because, I don't know, I've been getting a lot of, like, fallouts with, mates. Some that didn't hear from a few years, some that, like, I have heard from, like, somewhat recently, but not as close. Obviously, you got fucking, like, my now ex. Who else? And recently there was, like, this lass I met on Reddit. Like, she was having a lot of health issues, and I did my best to, like, stick with her and be there for her, but obviously, I was so cooped up in what I was working on, like, I couldn't, there was, like, a lot of times where, like, I couldn't respond, and I just felt, I don't know, I felt sympathetic, which is the best way to put it. Like, oh my god, those dogs. Like, because she couldn't, like, eat much because of her head, because of her throat. Like, she had, like, massive health issues. Like, she had so many fucking health issues, man. Like, it's honestly, like, with due respect, it's hard to keep track of. But, like, I liked her, like, as a person, but she sort of developed, like, a codependency, and I'm no stranger to codependency. Like, I can be, like, just ask anyone that I've been with, and they'll tell you that I'm clingy as fuck. Like, I will be an open book, but, like, I think after my recent ex, I've just started to be, like, a lot more distant in what I tell people because I obviously don't want to lose them, and it's becoming a theme now. And it's becoming a theme where like I don't know what is wrong with me in particular because I guess I'm stuck in my own delusion. Like there was a time where like everyone says, "Oh yeah, I'm just such a great, fascinating guy. Oh, I'm so fucking adorable and like down to earth." And I think I'm still capable of that. That's why this channel exists. But I don't know if I'm losing that, which is kind of rough to say. So I think like I'm just gonna come back on this channel from time to time, given that what the fuck is like given that I'm now doing content creation more full time at the minute because I have like finding something to use my talent in fucking sucks. Like what the fuck is the point of a fucking computer science degree if you can't fucking use it? I didn't fucking spend years getting fearmongered by teachers about fucking McDonald's to end up working at McDonald's anyway. And I'm kind of in the point where like, yo, if I'm gonna be stuck, like, if I'm gonna be forced into like a dead-end job while fucking, the Epstein shit pedophiles are like fucking like able to do fucking death cults where they eat babies, then I'm just gonna blow. Like, I don't want to put it like that. That's a bit too crude, but it doesn't make me feel that great, like at all. Like no siree, not a fan, not a fan. So I just gone full into like doing the streaming channel because like, well, I think it was something I've wanted to do for a minute, but notoriously my internet is fucking horrendous. Like, especially the upload speed. I don't know how like anyone in my house does video calls because that's fucking insane. I don't know why they fucking haven't done anything. I don't know if I can go up to my ISP myself and say something, because, it's not really in my name, I'm just here. But, like, it's just fucking, I don't know, man. It's whatever. But I guess now, though, because I had to go get my own SIM that I pay for, like, 100 gigabytes a month with, fucking infinite fucking video and like music and social media, and I've been using that to like stream with because mobile data, surprisingly 4G is better than my fucking broadband when it comes to uploading stuff. And maybe that's how they do it. I haven't asked, but like maybe that's just how it is. And well, we're here now, so I was trialing streaming on my main channel. I woke up one morning and I thought of, wait, so Live York. No, sorry, hang on, I gotta need a drink. So Lively, that old debunked like gore site. I think it would be more up my alley if I took that brand and made it my own. And like, I literally woke up and I thought, Live York, that's what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna fill this like gap that I've been like, it's been there, but I've been burying my head in the sand. And you could argue I'm still doing that to a degree. Like, because everything's shit, the employment market's shit, and I'm petrified of handing out information to, like, employers, which, I've been on the block for a while. I've been on the internet for a long-ass time, and I know, like, anything that's put down, like, it can and will probably be linked back to me, and, like, that sort of paranoia has chased me for, like, the longest time, which, it has me questioning why I'm on, like, platforms like this anyway, and I don't have a real answer to that. I guess loneliness? Like, the whole thing is just, I guess I'm just really prone to being, like, on my own, like, often. Like, to a dangerous amount. And I try and fix that as well. Like, for the past almost, like, year, I've made an alt Reddit account. And, because I'm surprisingly a very anxious individual. And I don't, like, I'm very terrible at opening up conversation or introducing myself to people or approaching people, like, and it's even worse when it's like, an authority figure, like, say like, the fucking police come to me, they're like, oh yeah, we need to know this and that, like, we need to know all that good shit. It's very important to our investigation, and this music is way too loud, holy shit. Oh my god, fucking hell. Okay, it's just over my train of thought, I'm sorry. Like, Ah, yes, we need to know this, this, and that. We need your details, and I promise we will not use them against you, unless the court of law. It's just shit like that. Like, you know, a normal person, I feel, would be like, yeah, yeah, sure, go on. Like, there's nothing I can do about it anyway. I hope you catch whoever murdered that guy. It's not really a problem with them as so much. It's a problem with like general trust issues. Like, I just find it hard to like trust in such a regard, you know. And it's like with this online safety shit, like we all gotta fucking like post ID to like fucking Persona or like Yoti, right? To make sure we don't have kids like go on to like services that are not meant to. Which, see, I think this will come as a shock to no one that like the precedent. I think anyone can get behind. Like I grew up on fucking social media, and it probably like I probably have less friends because of that. But then again, I could also like just have even less, if that makes any sense. Because you gotta remember, like I say, you gotta remember, like I was mostly to myself back in the day. Like, I didn't really have, like, a solid group of friends in, like, school. Like, at least not in the second one. I was popular in the second one, but, like, popularity don't mean shit. The closest thing I had to, like, a real friend was another one of my exes. That stuck with me through college, for the most part, until we drifted away on that front. And, the first school wasn't even any, like, better, because I was too busy chasing, well, an unobtainable goal, which is probably no different to now. It's just like, if I'm being honest, but like, it's just, for the most part, I was doing shit on my own. And I was dabbling in like other online communities by myself, and like, a lot of those communities, while like in nature, like, they're just tech infused communities, right? So, like, you got people that were destroying fucking Windows operating systems, and like that sort of nerd stuff. And then you've got like Minecraft servers that had like free up. You got that sort of stuff too, but I didn't really stick around that much during my youth. And believe me, like in some respects, that is probably where I should have stayed, but I didn't. And I don't know to this day if that's for the better or not. But yeah, most of my friends even then, like, they come from fucking that sort of side of things. And back then, that place was ran by, well, it was very elitist. Like, that's how I just remember it as. And I don't know. Like, I don't look back at it fondly, because I really felt like people there, like, didn't really like me as much. And I guess I needed to, like, I remember venting, like, a lot, like, publicly. Like, about, like, my fucking GCSEs, or, like, whether I'm gonna be alone forever. And I guess, like, I was fearmongered a lot back in fucking school. And it's kind of like some of the resentment that drives me to, do what I do today. Just trying to make good content so I can build a platform for myself. And that's why Live York sort of exists. And why I've made a video on the main channel again. And I'll probably start doing more main channel videos if I get the time to, because Live York has been, it's been successful, but it's also been kind of stressful, because I always think, right, I could be doing so much better. I could be like, breaking in so much more people, coming up with better ideas, and even on stream, I'm like, in the back of my mind, like, I always feel like I gotta be saying something like every 5 seconds, otherwise, like, we live in my target demographic, right? It's just fucking, it's people who scroll on reels during their break. It's people who, like, at best, maybe watch a video essay or two, and it's like the most, like, fancy edited shit of all time. But I feel like for streams, it's like, well, I don't personally watch a lot of streamers, like myself, which, if you're gonna get into a market, like, you gotta know all about said market, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta fucking know, like, the ins and outs of, like, what makes these guys so successful. And, like, I do dabble in, like, trying to see that for myself. Like, oh yeah, they've got a face cam. So, while I don't show my face publicly anymore, I how can I make the audience, the people that are watching, connect to something that's human? And I think that's why VTubers exist. And the idea of VTubing, like, amongst the people that I'm surrounded by, it's not, like, that hot. Because they see it as, like, cringe, e-girl shit. But, like, I'm just trying to look at it in like, more pragmatically. Like, if you're just seeing gameplay like this right now, you're seeing me build. Right? You're not seeing me talk, but you're seeing me build. Right? Well, you're probably hooked into, like, you know, all this cool shit that I make this basic-ass path, which I'm kind of fucking up a little bit at, but, like, hey, we ball. You don't really see me talking. Like, when I stop to move, I'm doing movements with my hands. You don't really see that. And it's like, how are you meant to make a connection? Like, a more human connection if you don't see the guy who's talking. Or see the thing that's talking. Because, you know, you gotta remember, like, you know, with games and shit, like, you know, you do a quest line, and while, like, they're really stiff, if we're talking about, like, more mass-produced ones, like, I don't know, say, Fallout 4, right? You know, you notice their animations are stiff and stuff, apart, like, a few things, but, like, you still see them talking, you still, like, can build a connection. You can't really build, like, a connection to a voice you can't, like, of an entity you can't see. And I'm thinking of the idea, like, oh yeah, VTubing might not be a bad shout. I could be... I made this joke, right, because, you know, I'm perfectly straight, which it's a shock, I know, whoa, but, like, I make this joke that, oh yeah, I could be the first ever straight male VTuber, and it'd be, like, crazy. And, like, because obviously, like, a lot of them are either, like, female, trans, so not saying that's a bad thing, but, like, it makes sense, like, you know, because, like, especially, like, trans people, they want to be, like, seen as, like, you know, what they are inside, and not, like, what their actual body is, like, well, at least pre-transition. I hope I touched that delicately, it made sense. Like, I hope I've made that seem, like, understanding and not fucking majorly transphobic. I don't know, I'm just trying to, like, that rationale, it sort of makes sense. Like, I obviously have, so it's whatever, but the point is, like, I'm just thinking of ways to make, like, the audience see me and, like, you know, they click on my stream and they see, oh, wow, funny talking, like, Minecraft head guy, he's got a very interesting, shtick to him. I might stick around. And, you know, getting a model, I haven't really, you know, dabbled in the idea much. Like, I was thinking, like, I would have, like, somewhere in the corner, and it would have, like, a big red thing that said live York reaction, and it's just that yapping head. Like, I always thought, like, thinking of it more, I might do it after this video, but just thinking of it is a little bit funny. But, like, I guess it's also, like, unique, and I want to focus on doing things that are more unique, you know, like, more, you know, you see a video in your suggested, and it's like, that's interesting. I've never seen something like this before. This is a very interesting concept. Let's go check it out. And I'm like, you know, while I might be good at, like, getting people to click, I'm not very good at retaining people. And I just think, like, you know, again, that might be one of the things, like, the audience doesn't really have enough to, like, connect with. And it's like, well, I'm trying to work on that a little more, so I can hopefully retain more viewers. Because, like, dude, I gotta be fucking real, right? One of the fucking reasons I want to do this is to have an audience of, like, you know, people that will watch. People that will sit there and, like, watch anything I do. They'll say because, like, you know, that aforementioned personality that people keep fucking talking about. You know, they'll stay and be like, oh yeah, I like being around this guy, and it's, like, less for, like, the niche I'm doing. I don't really want people to, like, stick around because I do this and that, because that's, well, modern YouTube does, like, demand that a bit more. And while I might have some, like, mainstay stuff, like, you know, for example, like, Minecraft, like, I enjoy this game more than I want to admit. Like, I can't lie, because, like, obviously the freedom this sort of game gives, but in the same vein, it's like, I don't want to be pigeonholed into, like, doing a niche, because then what if I run out of ideas? Like, what if I burn out? Like, what if I was a COD Zombies YouTuber, okay, and, like, there was only, like, a few times, like a few years every now and then, where I get like fresh content. I Black Ops 3 is a fucking fantastic game, and I think everyone should own it on their Steam account. But at the same time, like that's like the only life support apart from challenges in older games that that sort of community has when it's not a year for COD Zombies. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I think about like my mate Roman. Like he's a cool guy. I respect what he does. I I sometimes watch his videos, even though like you know it's not really usually the sort of shit I'd watch. But like I'll do it anyway. It's like cool fella, and some of it hooks me. Some of it hooks me. He doesn't do modern COD, but it's like a lot of like Easter egg stuff. And like I'm losing my train of thought. This is a common thing. This video is gonna be a fucking mess again, but like rite of passage and all that. And I think I'm kind of worried. Like he might have like a second thing like lined up, but what if the COD Zombies mill runs dry for him? Like I would want to be someone that's not pigeonholed into a niche. And like, I have this other friend, Luna, who fucking like she comes to me and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll watch you sometimes. Like, I'll watch you sometimes if you're streaming something that I'm interested in. Like, if you're streaming like God of War or Five Nights at fucking Five Nights at Freddy's, or well, it's Epstein's in this case, but it's the same shit, the toilet. But only watch that. I don't really care about watching you play Minecraft, or I don't really care about watching you play like GTA or like whatever. And to me, I kind of find that a bit of a downer when someone tells me that they're not gonna watch purely because they're not fucking interested in what I'm playing. Because like I'm scared that like again, it's about being pigeonholed into a niche. I don't really want to run shit like that. You know what I mean? Oh, this is fucking awkward. It's a really awkward path. Fucking. Okay, so yeah, I just want people to stay like watching me for like me. But it's even then, like, at the back of my head, like, I'm having all these fallouts with people lately, and it's like, back in my head, I'm going, fuck, I don't think these people can actually stand. Like, and they might say to my face, like, no, actually, I kind of do, like, I like you. I think you're an amazing person. Like, I don't think that's, well, obviously, that's not really representative of, like, everyone. Like, I know that. Like, I don't think everyone is gonna, like, look at me like the same way, and that's fine. I can live with that. It's just like it's a bit taken back when I'm so used to people going, "Oh yeah, you're fucking holier than thou." Right, you're a great person to be around with, Lix. I'm so glad you're my friend. I love you, Lix. Please never leave me, Lix. Please don't leave me. I love you so much. And then it's like you get some people like in a community where it's like, oh yeah, I really, like don't fuck with like this Lix guy. Don't fuck with the people he affiliates with. And it's like, whoa, really? Like you come from a community where like literally everyone and their fucking uncle, has nothing but nice things to say to me. So I'm obviously like, yeah, I'm used to that. Like I'm used to getting praise, and then it's kind of like a bit of a humbler when people come up to me like, no, actually, I don't quite fuck with you. Like, I don't think you're great. I don't think you keep great company. And it's a little bit disheartening when you're used to it and then you're not used to it. Because obviously, I try my best to be like, yeah, I think everyone's cool. I'm tolerant of everyone. I think there's good people and there's people that are not so good. I think another thing I want to like bring up as well, I talk about an audience, but like, I just fucking need new friends. Like, wholeheartedly, I think I just need, like, new and better, well, more present friends I can do things with. Like, dude, I have people that I deeply care about. Like, I have fucking Tyler. Like, I love that guy. If anything to actually happen to him, I'd be fucking upset. I'm tight with that guy no matter what. I have Rex, he's an asshole. Like, an actual asshole. Like, people will tell me he's an asshole, but I know who he actually is. He's not that bad of a person, like, looking through things. Like, he's a pretty sound guy. I had, like, a video who's been, like, been helping me for like the only one that's been in depth helping me for like the live York shit for like the longest time, you know. But then I have other people like well work close in my circles that just they see something I do and they just like they take the piss, you know. I just feel like they take the piss, and then I have people who are like you know they're cool, but I deep down think like they hate me for like whatever reason. And I can't like you know, now that this is all coming to light, I'm like ultra paranoid. Like who is actually, you know, who actually gives a shit and who doesn't? Because that number is like lower than I actually like anticipate. I guess this is me being like, you know, humbled in some regard, you know? Yeah, I mean, by taking the piss as well, I mean like, you know, I've had people saying slurs, I've had on my stream that I've had to fucking take out, I've had like, you know, people just saying some outrageous shit, and it's like, dude, can you not? I'm trying to like, you know, build a platform and have a good time, right? Because that's, you know, like most of this is for fun. Like, I don't really want to get taken down because, like, you know, people say shit that like big YouTube doesn't really want, if that makes any sense. Like, and obviously, if I do grow an audience, I obviously had controversies before. I'm no stranger to it. Like, I mean, that controversy gives me anxiety, and like, I do not do great like under pressure. Like, genuinely, if you came up to me and told like, you know, brought up something I said 5 years ago and like say like, oh yeah, look, but you said the N word like 5 years ago on this forum. Fuck you, you're a cancelled piece of shit. And then you get like a lot of people. My mind will just start racing. We're like, what the fuck now? What the fuck now? Alright, you know, obviously I didn't mean it like that. I'd like my views on equality is like, you know, I don't really give a shit what you are. Alright, as long as you're a good person. Alright, and I feel like that's a normal viewpoint. But at the same time, obviously that's not enough for these people. I guess maybe I gotta learn to like not go into it that much. If that like maybe not give I don't know, it's kinda hard, right? Because obviously, you know, in that situation, yeah, I'd be in the wrong. But in that same vein, it's like I don't mean anything hostile by it. Like, I don't deem myself as like a genuinely hostile person. I don't want to go, oh, I'm actually a nice guy and I think women should bow down to me and love me because I'm actually a nice guy. Obviously, I make mistakes. I mean, I berate myself constantly behind like closed doors because of that. Because like I can't stop. Like, you know, I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm worrying about like, you know, actually failing people, and then it turns out a few days later I actually fail people. And then now I'm like here, I'm like, oh shit. I really wish I did better with them. So they wouldn't like, you know, cut me off. And, you know, maybe I deserve what I got in the end. Maybe I did do really wrong. All I can really do in that regard is like move on and try to better myself, I guess. You know, try to better myself for the next person that comes along. Better myself for the next group of friends. Maybe pick my friends a little more like stabler and not just like, oh yeah, you know what, he's alright sometimes. He's alright. He's like he's pretty cool sometimes. He's pretty chill, right? He doesn't like, you know, freak the fuck out and blame me for something that like, you know, I didn't want no fucking part in, you know? Ah shit. He doesn't like he might have grievances with like, you know, people around, but like he doesn't like take that out on me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't have the energy for that anymore. I just want to be with people that just get along, and are just more loyal and not just shit like this. Because like I'm 23 years old. I shouldn't be getting in fucking Discord drama. I shouldn't be getting in like any sort of drama, right? Obviously, I just want to like get motivated to make content and just have a laugh with people. I don't want to be bogging myself down every day about superficial shit. This video has been like a complete mess of me rambling. I guess I got a lot that I still need to get off my chest. And maybe I should make these videos like more often and more organized, if that makes any sense. But you know, on this channel, like it's just commentary. Like that's it, nothing more. It's just me speaking to the people that are in it. I won't even advertise. Like I think I know the policy on this. I won't even advertise this channel on like any platform. It's just who comes across it. If they enjoy it, that's cool, man. Like, at least someone's listening out, and not someone who's gonna fucking. I'm gonna build a dock here, actually. Not someone who's gonna, like, completely fuck me over. I'm so tired of it now. Like, I want to go back to the, last time I on Reddit, because, like, again, I still feel like she was a pretty nice person. It's just, I don't think she's in the best state, like, personally. And, you know, that makes it terrible with me, because I'm not in the best state either. Like, you know. But I did feel like there was an aspect of me that was like, yeah, I could probably help out. And I sort of failed to do so, even though I spent time. I listened to I helped in calls as much as I could, but obviously, you know, if I'm in the middle of something, I can't drop everything like that. And obviously, I'm working with a shit ton of, like, trust issues. I am codependent, but, like, in the same breath, I've been, like, burnt too many times to, like, get into shit that quickly within the month. You know? I can't keep doing that. Because I feel like that's just gonna feel superficial and it's gonna hurt, well, me. You know? So obviously I was a little bit more distant. I really wanted to be patient and work shit out. Because obviously, you know, dude, I really don't want to be like, oh, it's an all issue. It's an all woman issue, you know? They're all just fucking crazy, and, I'm actually really sane, and, normal and shit. No, I'm not like that. Like, there's probably ways I could have handled that situation, like, better than I actually did. I'm gonna be honest. Because then again, yeah, I'm a human. Like, I'm not gonna, like, that's all that matters. Like, I don't think we were in the best state of minds, but I even said this in the conversation. Like, I'm happy to, like, step away, because I knew she could be, like, calmer. But obviously she wasn't at the time. I just wanted to get away with that, just recuperate my thoughts, and obviously have a rational solution than what happened. But apparently not. So it led to, me being disposed. I forgot a lot of the conversation. I know that's convenient, but honestly, the less I reminisce on it, like, the better I do. I guess I just hope she looks after herself. That's all I can really say. Because, like, I don't know. I'm a fucking atheist, okay? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and preach that, yeah, you know, I forgive all sins or some shit like that, but, like, it's not really much of a point harboring a grudge like that. You know, if she thinks that she's better without me, then it's fine. This wasn't like a dating thing either. Like, no, she considered me her best friend way too early, and I think she set her expectations a little high. Like, I don't think she was patient with me, but obviously I wasn't as present as she needed me to be. Although I did try. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna sit here and say no. I don't think I was entirely patient. No, like, again, like, I'm a fucking, as annoying as it's to say, I'm still a human. You know. I'm just gonna fill in this hole. I guess another one of my exes as well. Like, I think about her and, like, I don't think about her in a positive light anymore, as much as I wanted to, because she gave me all these speeches about empathy, like, oh yeah, you know, you gotta be like, you know, I'm a real bastion of empathy, and all that shit, but, like, the dude calls me a fucking, like, this was her word, she calls me a fucking idiot for, using a Discord fucking status as a way to start conversation. Like, because God forbid, how am I meant to know that your brother is on your Xbox? Am I meant to, like, just guess? Like, you got that much contempt for me that you couldn't, like, fucking speak it out manually? You wouldn't even let me say goodbye? You just fucking, like, after all the fucking, like, well, obviously I was panicking at the time. Like, no, I was in tears. Because, like, you know, being ghosted like that by someone, like, you're in a relationship fucking hurts. Like, there's no, like, two ways around it. Obviously, of course, I want them to, like, fucking, like, speak to me again and, like, solve things, but I don't know, I sent a paragraph and, like, you know, I then went back and then simplified it down, like, a lot, because, like, it was a lot of shit that just came out there and then I was stressed about. Like, I had resentments, like, I noticed things were changing, and, like, dude, okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush here, like, she fucking like found like a documentary of fucking like domestic abuse, like comedic, because like the lass shat on his head. I don't want to like. I feel like I can see why that could be funny, but at the same time, I can't help but think that's a red flag. It's just like, with the way like, she talks down to me, and like, obviously, I'm a bottom, okay? Like, I just I don't mind a bit of that shit here and there. It's just, I want it to be in good faith. I want it to be like, I want to feel safe. But I feel like sometimes, like, she was, like, getting a bit too much into it. And I think, like, by the end of that relationship, she was, like, getting pissy with me. That's just from my recollection. Because she cut me off without saying anything. Like, on everything. Like, she cut me out of her life like I was fucking nothing. You know how that makes me feel? I just want you to keep in mind, before that, I had someone else, and she was nice. I spent some time with her, but she went off a few times. Like, she vanished. I think she removed me at one point, and the long and short of that was she tried to kill herself one time. She was stopped by a bystander, but it was like shit like that. I had to, like, it wasn't good for me because I was like stressing out. Obviously, I didn't want her to do that, and there was nothing I can really do about it. But it's just shit like that I've had to like really contend with. And obviously, like, not long after, like, at some point, she was like, this isn't gonna work, and then she cut me off because, like, for some reason, okay, apparently it's fucking AIDS to be, oh yeah, it's not gonna work out, we're just gonna be just friends. Like, I would be upset, but not as upset as, like, I would be, like, if she completely cut me off, but, like, she does it, and she keeps fucking doing it as well, so, like, she left me, and then, like, she popped back, and then she was like, oh, let's give it a give her, and then, like, it's like, no, it's not gonna work out again, and, she went off again, and then after a minute, it was like, I come back, it's like, oh, I found this new boy, like, we're so close, like, fucking own him and all that. It's like, oh, yeah, that's cool, man. Where the fuck does that leave me then, huh? I think I was with someone else at the time, and, like, see, that person's, like, still great. Like, Axie is a great fucking person. I just, like, obviously shit ended mutually, because, she was kind of busy with, university and all that, and honestly, like, she still comes around, she still really cares about me, like, and like we still, it's not like I'm completely out of her life, unlike everyone else. And I sound like a bit pissed off about that, but it's just a repeated thing that keeps happening, and she keeps coming back, and then she keeps like leaving again, alright, and then coming back, and then leaving again, alright, and every time she comes back, it's like, oh yeah, I got engaged, oh yeah, I got fucking like married, but I worry about you sometimes, and I won't debunk that fact. I genuinely feel like that could be the case. I feel like there are people who worry about me like that, but like that's besides the fucking point. Like, she comes back every time. It's like, oh yeah, I'm married now. Yeah, that's cool, but like, what about me? Like, I'm happy for you, but was I just never enough? And I ask myself this all the time. Am I just not enough for like some of these people? And it just it rakes on my self-esteem a lot. That's all. Anyway, I think that's a lot of commentary. Holy shit, this video is like 52 minutes long. I'll edit it down, and I'll make more at some point. I'm not intending to get views, but like, if they come, they come, I guess. Like, I don't know. If you want some more light-hearted content, like, go check out my fucking other channels that I actually work hard on. Right, as for this looks like it's coming along really well. I might do a bonus stream where I just like, just build. Hey, you ought to look out for that, because like this is actually becoming a lot like a long quail. I built that fucking piece of shit on a bonus stream, man. Like I'm gonna be so proud of this world. I mean, all the lights are samey, but like at least we won't have fucking mobs spawn on. I just hope I can be a little bit more creative, but with these, this is like T19, alright? Less is more. But yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you. Yeah, that's it. See ya.